Okay, so I'm gonna update. I haven't talked to you guys since whenever I was updating the day before Easter. So just excuse me. I'm in the bathroom, and like I swear, I'm not actually like I'm wearing my pants all. See? So I'm not going to the bathroom. So don't be like, why is she talking to us on the toilet? It's just the toilet. It's not open or anything. Anyway, so I'd be weirded out by somebody talking to me on the toilet. Like, that would bother me. Like, the toilet seat's down. Okay, anyway, so I just thought I would clarify that. So what was going on the other day when I updated was that I was going up to Maine to get Guinevere and D'Artagnan, my 2 dogs. And that's going really well. Like, I'm really excited about it, and I'm excited to tell you about it. So some of my concerns with Guinevere and D'Artagnan, I told you guys that they were kind of in a bad situation up at my dad's house in Maine. And what was going on is that they had regressed in their potty training and all their training for that matter. Like they were no longer housebroken, and my male dog was showing signs of male dog aggression. And they were obviously quite underweight. I remember telling you guys that. That obviously was very concerning. And just like all around, like it was a bad situation for them. So I found this foster home that I'm paying a small fee to watch them every month, and it's like kind of a boarding / fostering, whatever. And that's just going really well. Like, first of all, I spoke with them, the boarders, and they said that Guinevere and D'Artagnan have only had 1 accident in the house, and they've been there a week now, as of today. And so I'm really proud of them for that, because and the accident was like, they came home one day and D'Artagnan was like so excited, he's like shaking around, and he peed his pants, or you know, his fur, or their floor, however you want to say it. But so I'm proud of them for that. And you know, they're getting regular nourishment now, so they'll be gaining the weight that they need. D'Artagnan has not had any issues with aggression towards their male dog, which like is a relief, because I worked really hard to have my dog socialized, because like our family dog, my dad's husky that's up in Maine, wasn't really socialized, and he is kind of aggressive, and like, well, that's where D'Artagnan had regressed, is he was always fighting with this dog. And like, I do love this husky, just so you know, but I'm very upset with him for like how he treated my dogs. Like, I wish he'd been like, oh, you guys are like my, you know, my family, you know, we're all good. But that's not really how it went down. But like D'Artagnan and Guinevere, like I always had foster dogs, like, and foster chickens in Tucson, like always like 1 to 4 foster dogs in addition to my 2, and like 3 foster chickens. And you know, so they were exposed to a lot, and we spent a lot of time in the dog park. And so it was really disappointing to see how they were acting with my dad's dog and in that situation. And I think it was just because they were being mistreated, and they were, you know, with a dog that was aggressive towards them. And so D'Artagnan felt the need to protect himself and his sister, and, you know, so that's just kind of what happened. But anyway, looking at the time here, so the situation with the boarders is really good, and on Wednesday I took the dogs to a dog park. And like, dog parks in Tucson are really a lot different than the dog parks that ever were in Tucson. Dog parks in Connecticut are different than dog parks in Tucson. And like, for one thing, they didn't have like water fountains for the dogs. In Tucson they have like these water fountains that you step on with your foot, and they're at doggy height so that they can drink it. But like, I guess you bring like your own water here, and they just have bowls out everywhere, which was kind of weird. Like, I definitely didn't bring water for the dogs, thinking like there'd be plenty of water like in the fountains. But thankfully there's some water in the bowls, so they drank that. And then like, the space is really small here in Connecticut for the dog parks, and like, they don't have very many dog parks to start with. And of course it is a leash law state like Arizona is, so you have to have your dog on a leash at all times in public, except for in a dog park. And so the space is kind of small, and it was covered with wood chips, and it was like all crowded with trees. And I was like, first of all, like, can a doggy's foot handle wood chips? My guys seem to do okay with it, and they're really high energy breeds, so they run around a lot. And so I was like, well, you know, whatever, they just kind of run around the trees, and you know, they do their doggy thing. And they got along really well with all the other dogs in the dog park, and they loved it, and we had fun. We really did have a good time, even though it was so different. So So all that was really good, and then here's where it got not so good. I brought the dogs back to their foster situation, and on the way back, my car broke down. Sucked major, because it's like the transmission is out, and that's Bear who's barking, the family of Nandy Forest dog. Yeah, anyway, okay, so car broke down, transmission out, and it's gonna be like $1,600 to repair it. So like my car's a 94 and it has 140,000 miles on it, so it's just really not worth the repair, you know, and like, which is really too bad, because like my car was all paid off. Like I bought it 10 months ago for less than $1,000, just paid cash, whatever. So now I'm gonna have to take on a car payment because I need to get like either a new or used car, just mainly because of my nanny situation. I need something, you know, to take the kids around in and whatever, and if I'm going to be spending the money on a car, you know, blah, 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 all this stuff. So I was like really upset about it, but thankfully I talked to my brother, and he's like, you're looking at this the wrong way. He's like, you know, be excited that you get to pick out a car, and you get to pick a nice car, and right now the financing is all good because of, you know, car dealerships are like in crisis or something, so they're like approving everybody. So that's all good, I guess, you know, but I'm just not looking into being being in debt for like the next 5 years or whatever. And but I'm trying to do like my brother suggested, you know, always listen to your big brother, and be excited about getting to pick out a car. So so there's that. And then let's see what else happened. Tuesday I had the doctor's appointment that I think I told you guys about, in which I was supposed to have my EKG and, you know, just get checked out, whatever. We are concerned about the fainting, the sleeping, all the stuff that's been going on with my eating disorder, and or possibly with the eating disorder. I mean, what else could it be, right, guys? So so health-wise, the stuff came out fine, which is what I anticipated, which is good. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, like, I'm really glad it came out fine, but in a way, it's frustrating that I'm like, you know, I think I told you that it makes me feel like I'm making all this up, you know, like, it makes me feel a little crazy, but the EKG was good. That's great, because I definitely don't want a problem with my heart, and the blood levels were mostly okay. You know, some little things. Well, one thing for certain was I did have low iron, which I always have, like, funny stories about that, but, you know, so I've been, like, eating dried apricots, whatever. Supposedly those are high in iron, like, I have, like, 8% of the daily intake, but I do take, like, a multivitamin that supposedly has 100% of my iron, and I don't believe it. Anyway, and taking iron supplements is really hard on my stomach. So, and I tried, like, molasses. You know, I'm a fan of the blackstrap molasses for health reasons, but, like, flavor, it's really pretty sweet, and it's got a funky taste to it, but, you know, whatever. So, all this, the doctor now, she did actually ask me to consider going inpatient again, but I can't do that, like, I just can't do that, like, with work, it would be impossible, and, like, I really don't think I need that level of care right now. Like, granted, like, my behavior's really bad right now, but I just can't do that. So she told me I need to see, oh, cool side note, my doctor is vegan. How cool is that? Very cool. Okay, but anyway, I'm vegan, you should know. I'm very involved in, like, animal rights stuff, animal advocacy, so it's definitely not, like, an aspect of my eating disorder. It's actually helped me a lot with overcoming my eating disorder in some areas. But anyway, so my doctor needs me to go see a GI specialist, and that's because of I guess the esophagitis. Like, my throat will become really stiff, like, all the muscles tense up in it when I'm trying to purge, or even when I'm trying to swallow, and they're very concerned about that. I also vomited a lot of blood, and they're really worried about that. So, so I need to see the GI specialist. I called today to get the appointment.